Yes, very good morning, Gurraj. Have you joined?
Prabhu sir?
Yes, thank you.
Prabhu
Shall
sir?
we just wait for 2 minutes? Gurraj will start, ma'am. Yeah,
Yes, sir,
another
yes,
two
sir,
minutes
sure.
will wait. Yes, ma'am. Shilpa, ma'am, you can start.
Yes, sir, sure. Is it audible, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Good morning to all. This is Shilpa Gadak from KLES SSMS PCA College, Athani. Education, it is not acquisitions of knowledge, but formation of character. So today we have assembled here to conducting a webinar on the topic is Devops technology. So I heartily welcome you all on this beautiful webinar session. First of all, today's resource person, Mr. Gurusiddappa Athani, DevOps engineer, sir. Sir, on behalf of all the BCA staff and the students, welcome you, sir, for this webinar. And
Thank you.
I welcome all the BCS staff to this webinar session. The center for of this webinar, all my dear students, welcome you all once again. So this is a time for listen all the valuable words of by resource person. So now I will hand over the session to you only. You can carry on, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I thank Prabhu to giving this opportunity. So, yeah,
It's my pleasure. You can start.
yeah. You can. I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Before starting the presentation, I just would like to understand, like I'll just give my introduction first. Yeah, my name is Gurusiddappa Athani. So I'm even from Jamkandi Taluk. So I studied in BLD College, Jamkandi in PU, and then engineering in Bangalore. And yeah, Prabhu was my colleague, so that is how we connected now. Um, yeah, and right now I worked in various industries, various software companies. I initially started with Wipro Technology in the beginning, and then I switched to some other um, companies. And yeah, presently I'm in a company name called Capgemini Engineering. So that is in Sweden, and I was in Sweden last 3 years. I had to come back here because of COVID situation, and then now I will travel again probably in August. So and mainly I worked on various domains like e-commerce. E-commerce is something like, for example, Amazon, Flipkart. These are all e-commerce domains. So I worked on in that domain, and I worked on banking domain. So what banks usually do in the backend when we open an account, when we draw money, when we deposit money, everything. What actually happens in the backend. So that is banking domain. I worked over there, and I worked in manufacturing domain. I worked in healthcare domain. Probably healthcare is domain is not much used in India. It is just a insurance, but in other countries, healthcare is the very important domain. Specifically in US, so healthcare domain is like when you buy a insurance, or when you want to order a medicine, how actually happens in the backend in the software. So that is all about healthcare domain. Yeah, and before starting my presentation, I just would like to understand the audience here. Like I hope we have a BCA students and MCA students, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And also, I don't know. This Devops is a software development methodology. I don't know how many of you already know about this, because this is kind of a little bit advanced topic, I can say. But I will just start with uh, some introduction regarding like what is software and what is for example, what software industries do. And uh, so I'll just start with that. If anybody can answer me what is software, that will be good. Just I will understand. Uh, yeah, if anybody can tell me what is software.
Sir, it is a set of programs to perform a particular task.
Yeah, that is right. So a program is actually some set of lines or statements, we can say, so to perform a task. And then software is a set of such programs. It need not be one program. It is like, if you, for example, there is a software like colleges or schools using one software for storing all their user information. I mean, students' information, teachers' information, and things like that. So there will be a front end, there will be a back end, there will be a middleware for that. I mean, front end is just like what you see in the computer when you try to log in. And also login is with various roles. Maybe as an admin, you will be login as a user. You will be login as admin. You will be yeah, and before to deliver that software, whatever implementation the software developer will do, that is implementation phase. So once it is once the school or college starts using it, once they buy the software and then they start using it, that is the live phase, we can say. It is like online. So software is online, it is live, we say. But when it is under development, we say it is like, okay, developer is trying to implement it. And before that, what comes before, I will explain all these things in going forward in software development methodology. So yeah, today's agenda is this one. I will just go through evolution of software development over the years, and in that, what is DevOps and some of the DevOps tools. And I will also would like to get like interact with more students on what is their their ambition, or what is their after BCA or MCA, what they want to do. So that I will discuss more. That is like career path. So probably I will go through these slides within half an hour, and then I will put more time for discussing career path, or if you want to come to software industry, then what path you can choose, what are the various paths you have. So which one you are interested, all that. So does that sounds right? Sounds fine to everybody? Or do you have any questions at this point? Prabhu sir, are you fine with the agenda?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, evolution of software development. B- so initially there was we call it models in software development. So initially there was a method called waterfall model. Mostly any of you know about this, probably maybe MCA students. Do anybody know about waterfall model of software development? SDLC life cycle. You heard anything? You can say no if you don't know. That is fine. Very much fine.
Students, you can answer because you already studied, means you can answer. Otherwise, you can tell yes or no. That is a kind interaction from the Guraj, but you people have to answer, right?
Don't be shy. You can answer. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. It is fine. Only thing is I should know what you already know, so that it is easy for me to tell. Um, right?
Yeah, sir. No, about little bit.
You don't. Okay, you don't know, right? Okay, that is fine. That is fine. Thanks. So I will tell you what are the development models. Okay, so I'll just start. That is one thing is traditional software like waterfall model. Here, what we this is not being used by most of the companies now, but I'll tell how it works, and then I will tell about agile development. This is a little now most of the companies using. Then I will go for the final one, that is DevOps approach. What is DevOps and all that. Okay, first one is waterfall model. Okay, waterfall model is something like See here, it looks like water is falling, right? So uh, let's say, take an example, like we are developing a software for a school or college. It looks like it will have some home web page. There will be one front end like web page, and it will have some buttons here, and then uh, it will, yeah. So what is the first phase? First, I will go to customer here is the college management. Okay, I will ask them what is your requirement. You or customer comes to a software industry or software developer or any small company or anything, they will ask, I want a software for my college to record all the things. I mean, student details and their attendance details, and like lecturers details, attendance, and many more. Whatever you used to do on the book, you want to have it in the system. So that is the requirement he will give to the software developer. That is called as requirement analysis phase. Okay, he will say, okay, I want this. So he will tell his requirements, his needs. Who is He's called as customer. Customer is here is a college management. So he will tell his needs. Okay, I need these things. Then what software industry or developer will do? He will analyze the requirements. Okay, these are the requirements from the customer. Okay, what I should, how I should write it, how I should, he will analyze it. Then he will design a model. This is the second phase of the software development. He will design. Design means what? He will just do a sketch. Let's say you're constructing a house. If you are constructing a house, you will first design the sketch, right? Okay, this is the hall, this is the bedroom, this is the bathroom, and then you will do the sketch, right, before building the house by a civil engineer. So that is here, that phase is called design. So design is, it is basically he will do a sketch kind of thing. He will put blocks, or there are many in design. There are many other tools, use cases you can write, or you can write a flow charts. You can write how interaction is happening between each system. You can write, that is design part. He will write like, okay, this is the front end, this is the back end. Okay, back end, what should I use? In front end, what should I use? Front end JavaScript, or any latest coding language I should use. That is front end. And back end, what should I use? I can use Node.js or Java, or C++, any language he want to use. He will decide. And then it is just backend means it is just software, right? So then he should store the data somewhere. Anybody knows where we can store the data?
In database, sir.
Yes, that is right. That is right. So we need a database to store the data, right? So for he will first decide what is front end, what is back end, and then he need a database, and he will decide like what database we need. We have many databases, right? Many flavors in market available, like Postgres, MongoDB, or Oracle, any database which is very um, currently very stable and very famous. That database he will decide. Basically, in this design phase, he will not develop anything. He will just, what he will do, he will just do the sketch kind of thing. Just like before constructing house we do sketch, right? He will do that design phase. Then design will be like, he will show to everybody in the team. Everybody will, okay, this design works. They will decide on the design. There will be some architect in the company. He is very most experienced. He will see the design develop, like designed by the developer, and he will approve, okay, this design works. Then we can go ahead to start implementing. Then what they will do, they will go for the implementation phase. Implementation is like they will start actually developing the software. They'll start, okay, they will if there are 10 people in the team, in their team, few people start developing the front end. Everybody can understand what is front end, right?
Yes,
Front,
sir.
yeah, front
Yes,
end
sir.
is, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You open a Facebook, or if you open a Amazon e-commerce website like Amazon or Flipkart, anything, you whatever you see in the web page, right, that is front end. So one person will start implementing the front end using JavaScript or any latest technology. Then whatever they decided in the design phase, he will start implementing. One other person will start developing the back end. Backend is like once you click, for example, when you want to buy some item in the Amazon, when you select it and then click it, it will go to cart, right? It will go to cart. So once it goes to cart, you can check out. So for each and every button you click there, for example, once you click on the checkout or buy item or anything, there is a call goes to backend, right? So from the front end, that is front end is just a look, and there should be a connection to from the front end to the back end. So once you click buy item or click checkout item, then there is a call from the front end goes to the back end. Back end is something like which it will receive all the calls from the front end, and then it will process that call. Okay, he's trying to buy this, and then what should be done? Okay, it will first go to database and then check whether this item is available in database. All the data will be there. For example, let's say you want to buy a uh, particular item. You want to buy a laptop. Okay, if you want to buy a Lenovo laptop, it will like in the warehouse, if there uh, if there it will show in the front end, but in the warehouse it is not there. I mean, laptop is not there. That means it should show here out of stock, right, in the front end. So that data, everything is stored in the database. Okay, this is the particular item, and its stock is available or zero or not available, whatever. All the status will be stored in database. So once you click checkout, then it will go and see database. Okay, um, this item is available, and it will, if there are 100 items are available, you are buying one, then it has to be reduced by one. Then it should be 99 in the database. It will update the database. Backend will make modification to the database, right? So probably I can write it. So this is sorry, this is backend. DB and front end. Okay, there will be interaction between backend and front end. There will be interaction between database and backend, and there will be many interaction with the backend to other systems. I am just making it very simple here. So again, there will be interaction with the warehouse. Warehouse is something where actually physical warehouse, I mean, where all the items which are being sold by this e-commerce website are stored. So whenever they ship some item, they will have to tell the software that they will be using the software. They will also using the software, but it is in a different interaction. So they will have to tell the software so that it will reduce the count in the database. So this is implementation phase. They will implement the software piece by piece, and they will then they will start, they'll do the unit testing. For example, front end person, he will implement his part. He will test all the things in his part, only in this part. He will not do anything with respect to backend person. This is called unit testing. Okay, so they will test their unit itself. They'll test, backend person will test only his unit, then database guy will test his unit. Then in the testing phase, this end-to-end testing will be done. For example, so once you click, once you actually add some item and click, then call should go here, then database should be updated, and in front end again you should see some message saying, okay, your item is shipped, or whatever, your item purchase is done or order created, something like that. So this end-to-end testing is done in testing phase. Okay, so once testing is done, once it is approved, okay, everything is working end to end, then we will go for a deployment phase. Then it is deployed to one server, either in cloud, and I will explain more about cloud and other things later. So yeah, it will be deployed in this on the server. Then it will be given to the customer. Customer is so here is customer is for example, he's a college management or someone, like they will start using this software. Okay, they'll start using the software, and there comes a next stage, maintenance. Okay, the customer, college students or anybody or college staff, they start using the software and they find out some difficulties. For example, okay, I wanted this functionality, but this is not there. Then he can come to software company, like that software developer, and he can say, okay sir, this is something not working, can you help out? That is called maintenance phase. So after deployment, after handing over to the customer, you are still supporting the customer. That is maintenance phase. You are supporting if anything is missing or if something is breaking. uh, so all that, this is called waterfall model. Here, let's say requirement you will take on some particular date. For example, 1/1/2021, you will take the requirements from customer. Then by the time it is deployed, let's say it is 1/12/2021. Sorry for this. Yeah, 2021. So it took 12 months to deliver the software. This is waterfall model. Everybody got some understanding about waterfall model, or you have any doubts here?
Yes, sir. We got, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah. So I will. So I will tell you more about this later. Yeah. Then this is the waterfall model. Why I am explaining this is like this way of developing the software will take more time, because say college management, they will give requirements and they will just sit idle, and software company will take 12 months to develop the software. And once the software is developed and it is handed over on the after in the December of 2021, then by that time the college management might have decided like, okay, I don't want these requirements, now my requirements have changed, now my needs are changed. Then whatever effort they have put is wasted, right? Here because this guy customer mind is changed now. So this is the disadvantage of waterfall model, because it takes more time to deliver the software, to give the software to the customer. Now I'll go to the next one. This is agile methodology. I know these terms are very new for you guys, and you don't need to remember all this. At least you should know. Uh, I'm trying to explain what is trending in current software industries. So yeah, I will wrap it up fast, because let's not waste much time. Waste in the sense, you might get bored here, but I will give more time to your questions. Okay. So in this agile methodology, what they will do is they will have something like sprints. Sprint is like in if you are playing any game, there will be sprint, right? You go to from starting. If you're doing some racing game, then there will be sprints. Okay, one start in one sprint you will go from one point to another point, and then second sprint you will have some sprints. It is like some time phases basically. So here we will, instead of taking requirements one time, it is like first I will ask the college management. Okay, sprint is like every 2 weeks. Here the software is divided into different chunks. For example, what they will do, they will develop something for the first 2 weeks, then they will deploy, and that is they will launch it. Okay, they will ask the customer, okay, can you see, this is what we have done till now. You have anything to say or any feedback you want to give? Okay, then they will give some feedback. Okay sir, this is what I need, or this is perfect, or this is not, I don't need this, or something like that. So they'll get a feedback, and then they will start in the next sprint, and then again they will review, they will build it. And it is basically, instead of delivering, just like here we are delivering the software at the end of the month in the December, it is it is not the same here. You are every 2 weeks or 3 weeks you are giving some part of the software to the customer, then you are, this is something better method than the uh, previous one. So here customer will get the software very fast, get the software will be delivered very fast compared to the first one. But here again there will be different disadvantages, like there will be infrastructure. I mean, this is just the implementation part. There will be something like operation part. Operation is like um, what server I need, what is the data center I need. All that will be taken care by some other team. So that is something missing in this method of agile methodology. So I will quickly go to next one. In DevOps, in what is DevOps? DevOps is like, basically it is a development plus operations. Development plus operations means there will not be in this method there will be two teams. One is just developing the software, then there is another team called operations team. They will give the infrastructure. For example, they will provision the server, they will provision the, if you want to deploy your code into some server, right? That is a Java virtual machine, or any node server, or anywhere, or in the cloud. So that operation team will be doing that part. So there will be some gap between operation team and development team, because they will order the software, then they have to wait for it. And again, even though here implementation is very fast, but they have to wait for some other team. There is a dependency from some other team. So this is handled in DevOps methodology. So DevOps is what is DevOps? DevOps is a software development approach which involves continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and continuous monitoring of the software throughout its development lifecycle. And I want to give some idea about development lifecycle that we already explained here. Development. This is actually development lifecycle. Okay, you are doing the requirement analysis. You are doing the design. Your development lifecycle is nothing but various phases in the software development. Okay, so here in this method, everything is happening continuously. It is not like you are getting the requirements once and you are implementing one time, you are deploying one time. It's not like that. Continuously you are getting the requirements from the customer. Continuously you are planning it. Planning means design or things like that. Then you are coding continuously. Then you are building continuously. You are testing continuously. This is integration is something like this is there is a concept called CI/CD. If anybody interested, I think it is too early for you guys, but you can make a note of this and you can Google it and search what is CI/CD. Continuous integration and continuous delivery or continuous deployment, they will say. This is CI/CD. Okay, so here in this method what it happens is for let's say example of college that software development for a college, okay, software or a front some software for college, same thing. So what happens is first you will build a base model. That will be very basic one. You will then that will be launched. For example, there is a website. You will create a website. It will have something like a login page. It will have some here some tabs here. Okay, once you logged in, there will be some tabs here. It will have some students data. It will have some lecture data and curriculum. Okay, it will have all this. So they will first build a basic model end to end. It will again have a backend. It will again have a database. Okay, so they will build on software. Then the customers will start using this. I mean, college management will start using this, and they will have some feedback. They will have, okay, so this is not something we don't want. This is something we want it differently. Things like that. They will give this feedback to the software development. What they will do, they will continuously take the feedbacks from the customer, and they will continuously plan it. They will not decide on any timing here. It is very fast. They will just plan it, and then they will code it, and they'll build it, and they will test it, and then they will deploy it. Then that suddenly that new functionality, for example, something like there is some additional item in this page. So that is appeared here. So this customer no need to wait for this to appear for 12 months, or it is just like he will tell his needs today. Tomorrow that is done. That is there in software in the his software. So this is very very fast, and this way of developing a software is like um, this is very trending in all the software industries now. Everybody, there is no company like I think 90% of all the organizations, companies are started using the DevOps way of developing the software. Okay, so and anybody have questions here on the DevOps before I go to next slide?
No, sir.
Okay, so Again, these are all everything. For example, if I take a CI/CD, which is advanced, again there is a if I want to give uh, s- uh, details on that, it will take huge time. So for everything, for planning, there will be one tool. There will be different tools for each and everything. Okay, so here everything is open source. I was telling one thing before. Uh, what is the difference between agile methodology and DevOps? DevOps is nothing but here development plus operations. You no need to wait for anybody to give like give the details about server or provisioning server or where should I deploy and all that. Everything is you are only doing everything you have. That's why it is development plus operations. You if you want one server, you can just provision that in a cloud. End to end you will be doing. You are not depending on any other team. At this point of time, I know it is little difficult to understand because once you start working in a software industry, you will come to know about dependency. Dependency is nothing but like if you want to do something, you have to request something to someone, some other team. Okay, so you have to create a request. Okay, I need this thing, I need that thing, like that. So you are depending on somebody. So in this methodology, you are not depending on anybody. You can provision, you are allowed to do anything you want. So that's why there is a concept called cloud. Have you guys heard about cloud before?
Yes, sir.
Can anybody tell like what kind of cloud you heard, like which cloud you heard about?
Sir, Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud.
Yes, yes, you're right. So Azure is one cloud, and Google Cloud GCP. It is also called as GCP short term. GCP is one cloud, and AWS, that is the Amazon cloud. So AWS is the one cloud. These three clouds are very famous. In each and every company, uh, most of the companies are using AWS, and a few are using Google Cloud, and few are using Azure Cloud. But at least three, if and also one thing, if you know any one cloud, you if you are expert in one cloud, you don't need to worry about other clouds because it is very easy to switch between clouds. Concept is same, only the company who is providing that cloud is different. But um, cloud is if you are familiar with one cloud, then you are expert in anything. I mean, it is very easy to switch between clouds. So this DevOps is very much possible in the cloud. Okay, why it is easy in cloud? Because in cloud, if we want to talk about cloud, it is like let me see the time. Yeah, it's 10:10. If we want to talk about cloud, it is again a very vast topic. So here, uh, in a traditional way of software development, uh, way of software development, what used to happen? I mean, everything was on premises. You should know something like on premises and cloud difference. Okay, before cloud, there is something called on premise. On premise means on premise. Okay, so on premise means it is one fixed place. Servers will be, for example, for one company, for Wipro, uh, they they will have their servers, right? They will be there on a physical location. I mean, one data center. It is also called data center. All their servers are there on the particular data center. They'll keep those servers in probably one or two places. For example, one in Bangalore, one in Chennai. Okay, they'll keep their servers, one in Bangalore, one in Chennai. If, for example, if with any issues, Bangalore server is down, at least Chennai server will be up, so that it helps for the disaster recovery. I mean, something disaster happens, you have some other option to recover it. Till Bangalore server is up, the Chennai uh, will be we can use Chennai server in that way. So that is on-premise server. They will have fixed location of the servers, but what is cloud? Cloud is something like you no need to worry about. There will be different providers. You don't need to maintain the cloud. There will be, for example, if you take Microsoft Azure, then Microsoft Azure will maintain it. They know which location servers are there, and you just need to go and deploy your application in the server and then start using it. You don't need to worry, okay, how to maintain it, or capacity of the server, okay, it was supporting this much, okay, how to increase it and all that. You don't need to worry. It is like everything Microsoft Azure will do. And you can create anything there. For example, from end to end, what is front end, you can develop and deploy to a server there. Backend, you can develop and deploy there. Databases, you can deploy there. And if you, let's say now the users are, let's say Facebook. Okay, Facebook now initially there will be around only around 5 lakh users in the beginning. Then what happened is they had a on-premises server one place. Okay, it was handling only 5 lakh customers, users. Once they never know it will be such a famous in future. So again, suddenly customers started increasing, like Facebook started, users started increasing. After few months, suddenly the Facebook users are like 10 lakhs. Then they were not able to handle it. Their servers got crashed because of more usage, high traffic from the front end. Traffic started coming to back end. Like if 5 lakh users are using, then if 10 lakhs users start using, then definitely it will break, right? For example, there is a temple, and if temple capacity is only 100 people, okay, only 100 people go inside temple and take blessings of God and come back outside, right? Suddenly if 1,000 people comes and everybody start going inside the temple, then definitely there will be chaos, right? I mean, temple management will start throwing out the people. It is not working, or so that is how happened for Facebook. 5 lakh users, then 10 lakh users suddenly, then it was not able to handle, server went down, and things started happening like that. So there comes the concept of cloud. In cloud, you no need to worry about this scaling. I mean, let's say now 5 lakh users for Facebook. Let's say Facebook has deployed everything in cloud, then they no need to worry about their servers scaling. I mean, for initially it will be users are 5 lakh, and in case there will be 10 lakh users after a few months, still they will be able to handle, because their application is deployed in the cloud. In cloud, server capacity you can automatically increase. It will like that is called as auto scaling. I mean, it will automatically start handling, like start supporting for 10 lakh users. Facebook has to pay more money to the cloud provider, Microsoft Azure. Then uh, let's say after a few years, then users may go down. That time, Facebook has to pay less money. It is like how much you use, that much you pay. That is the concept in cloud. That is how clouds started becoming famous. But this was not the case in the on-premises. On-premises is like now your server capacity is CPU and memory, right? Uh, in a computer, CPU and memory. CPU and memory are the main thing, like in a server, which now my users are very less. Oh, I bought only this much CPU and this much memory, that is RAM, and also storage. This much I bought. But suddenly users increased, I will buy more capacity. But once the users go down again, that is wasted, right? Whatever I bought, that is wasted. But this will not happen in the cloud. Cloud is like pay as you go. It concept is called as pay as you go. Pay as you use. I mean, how much you use, how much, that much you pay. That is the cloud. So that is how it started becoming famous. Okay. Next slide. I'll go to, like, these are the various DevOps tools which are being used. Yeah, anybody have any questions on cloud? That is, if it will be interesting to answer if you have anything in cloud. Okay, I'll go to DevOps tools. I'll not take much time here. It is basically everything will be new for you, because if you are working, it will be easy. You can recognize some of the tools, but it is fine, very much fine. But you can still have an option to explore it. You have internet in your mobile, you have internet in your laptop. It is very easy to explore, right? So you can just go and check what is Git, what people will do on Git. You can just search for it. If you have a little knowledge on it, then it is very much fine in that way. So Git is what it is, like storing all your code into the some location. That is Git. And then what is Jira? Jira is a planning tool. Here you will plan, okay, this task, you will divide the task into different smaller tasks. Okay, this is the task. Developing something on the front end, okay, developing a button on the front end, that is one task. Okay, this task is assigned to this person, and how many days it will take. That is every planning will be done in the Jira. And then Confluence is something like you will put all the design documents here. So yeah, these are like something like that. So again, here Docker, you I suggest all of you guys to go and just Google all of these things, or at least few of those, like what each and every tool does, and definitely you will get some idea. And for example, Docker, what it will do, it will deploy, build and deploy the code uh, to servers. And AWS, I already told, right? AWS is a cloud. Uh, so AWS is also one of the cloud, if you don't know already. Okay, you can. This is also very famous, very trending in the software industries. And there will be many other tools. There is a Kubernetes, there is Ansible, Jenkins. I was telling about the CI/CD, continuous deployment, continuous integration. That is Jenkins. Like you just go and do some changes to the code in the Git. You check in, then this guy will take code from here. He will deploy to server. He will do testing. He will do everything automatically. You don't need to do anything. You just did some coding changes and put it into the Git repository. Then everything will be done by this guy. That is Jenkins. So yeah, these are the few tools. I don't want to go each and every with each and everything, but I suggest you guys to have a look. Google it and see how what each and everything is doing. And also here you can see the software development phase life cycles. Okay, next, till now anybody have any questions? please ask me question, even though if it is very, very basic, I'm very happy to answer it.
No doubt, sir.
No doubts. Okay. Prabhu sir, are we good with the timing?
Yeah, sure. It's
Okay,
correct. You
okay.
can.
Okay, if it takes 10 minutes more, is that fine with everybody, or how it is? I should finish it off in 10 minutes, or
Yeah, of course, you can. You can.
okay, thank you. Because at least in another 10 minutes, I will talk about career path. Then I will have like for questions and answers. Let's talk about take for 10 minutes for that purpose. Okay. Okay. Next is career path. This is very interesting to everybody. Okay. So of course, after completing BCA, or this is something I wanted to give tell to everybody, because many people, including me, when I did my uh, like PU or whatever, like even I had a confusion like what to do after this. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು PUC ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ even for me, for everybody, every all of you, I think it will be same confusion, I think. So that is why I took this topic, career path. What we should, what are the paths we have, and what is the interest. First, I would like to say that, like, first recognize your strength. Okay, what are you good at? And for example, I know after completing BCA, for example, you have a career path, like you can do MCA and then you can do MTech, go for lecturing, or you can do on MCA also you will get a software job, or if you want to go to many other paths, they are there. So if you come to software industry, if you would like to join, for example, now you might be doing MCA or BCA, then you might directly get into like you will be placed in a company from your college, or you might take higher education, for example MTech, and then you would like to come for a software industry. Or in case if you want to come to software industry, what are the various I mean paths we have. I would like to give some highlight on that. Okay, so in IT industry, these are the main basic. I think you already maybe having some idea about it. Just take this. Hope I'm still. You are able to hear me, right? I just removed my headset.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to choose the software industry path, these are the main things. One is like IT professional. IT professional is nothing but you can be a network admin, you can be a database admin. This is networking side basically. This is also very good field. So you can choose this path if you are very much interested in computers, networking, that way. So if you are too much interested in networking side, you can take a networking path. And if you are in this way, like here you can do some certifications, and you can search jobs and join there if you are very much interested in that. And database admins, you are very much fascinated about databases, various databases, how database is stored, how like SQL procedures and all that are used. Like if you think like you are very good at databases, then you can go for this also. Then there is a test engineer. In test engineer, what are the things that will be there? Like I was explaining about the software SD life cycle, right? So there was one phase like testing. So but in modern development like in modern software development industries, usually everything will be done by everybody. That is the trend going on, but still I'm explaining these paths to you. Test engineer, like there will be automation testing, there will be performance tester, there will be business tester. So these are the various paths you can take if you think like you are good at testing. Then there is a software engineer. This is I belong to, at least now. So here you have something like front end developer, you have back end developer, you have full stack developer, cloud professional, DevOps engineer. Okay, so here many of my friends are only working as a front end developer. Okay, so they will be using .NET or C hash or JavaScript or uh, yeah, many and this is very like volatile, I can say. Like it will be keep changing. You will keep learning the new things, because this is something presented to the customer, right? This is the front end. Front end means the look, and look will be like always keep on evolving. So you will be learning new things. You will be always, there will be something new in the market, I can say. So this is front end developer. This is also having very good demand. If you want to choose front end developer, don't wait, you can start exploring. You can start exploring now itself. You can start JavaScript. The plenty of resources are available in the online. You can start utilize those tutorials, and then start developing something on the front end. Very simple web pages, simple. You can start in that way. And there will be backend developer. Here you will be working on the backend. For example, Java, you already have Java in your academics, I think. So Java, in Java also it is again C. So you can do a lot of things in Java. And then there is a Python, then there is a Node.js. There is again many languages in the backend developer, but very famous is Python. If anybody interested in backend developer, or and you can start learning this Python. Okay, there is a editor called PyCharm. Okay, Python, you will get everything online. Python is very simple and very strong, and so that's why everybody started using Python. You can start exploring Python, or Node.js is also very good. I strongly suggest you guys to start looking at these two coding languages, Node.js and Python. Just go through some of the tutorial, then try something out yourself, and that is comes under backend developer. Okay, then there is something called full stack developer. This is like end to end. I mean, nowadays, if you are a full stack developer, then you are like a don. You in full stack development, it is like front end and back end and end to end. Basically, everything. And it's not like you should be expert in everything. At least you might be like 70% good in backend development, 30% good in front end development. That way, that is the full stack developer. You need not be expert in all the things, but at least expert in one thing and having good knowledge in another thing. That is full stack developer. This is also like so many companies looking for a full stack developer nowadays. Then the one more thing is cloud professional. Okay, cloud professional is like having expertise in AWS or Azure or GCP or Azure. Okay, um, and microservices is nothing but that is also like instead of developing one big software, big coding, they will divide into small chunks, and there will be how they interact each other. So dividing your program into small parts, and then that is called as microservices. So if you are really interested to go like to start learning the cloud, then I suggest you to do a certification. Okay, certification. There will be certifications available in each okay, in each of the cloud provider. For example, if you want to become a AWS expert, this is Amazon, right? So AWS expert, you can do some cloud practitioner or cloud developer certification in AWS. If you don't want to do certification also, you can just go through all the tutorials and start exploring it. And Google Cloud, GCP, that is a Google Cloud, right? So you can there also you can do certification. Azure also you can do certification. Certification is the various easiest way to start learning the things. Otherwise, what happens if you want to Google it and learn? You will go and there will be, if you search something like that, you will get n number of results. One guy explained one thing, another guy explained another thing. It is I still suggest to Google it, but the thing is certification is the very clean way of learning the thing. Okay, then it is a DevOps engineer. I am currently working in this field, DevOps engineer. Here, like, you will not be coding the things, but you will be handling these parts, like how to continuously deploy, how to continuously integrate the development, and how you will see servers in Kubernetes. Like, these are all some of the terms I have put it here, but it is little bit advanced, but still you can go through it. Yeah, hope I I explained the career path in a good manner. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, if I want to learn machine learning and artificial intelligence, what will be my roadmap?
That is artificial intelligence is very evolving nowadays.
Yes, sir. It's evolving.
Yes, you can. I think Python will be used so much there, right?
Yes, sir. Python will be used. And
Yes.
sir,
Mhm.
any alternatives, sir?
I didn't get alternative means alternative language or
No, sir. Means some extra.
Mhm. No,
Extra.
machine learning is something like, for example, like you should be expert in Python first of all,
Yes.
and then there are tutorials. You can go through it. You can do small programs. Um, yeah, that is how you have to do. There will be certifications also. There will be even in cloud, you can go through with one cloud and do you can do some service will be available in each cloud to learn the machine learning or artificial engineering intelligence. Okay, so that way you can start learning on that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
I will. Sir. Thank you, sir.
any other question?
Yes, dear students, if you have any kinds of doubts related to software terminology or software industry, you can ask him. He's an expert. He can answer for all questions.
Yeah.
Yes, students, have any queries?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sir, is there any alternatives of AWS and Microsoft Azure?
that is Google Cloud.
Google Cloud, sir.
Yeah, Google Cloud is these three, whatever I told, no, AWS and Azure, GCP. If I want to put it in like put a rank to all of them, I think AWS is first, and then GCP, then Azure is the third.
Sir, but it may be expensive, sir.
Expensive to do what?
Sir,
Certification?
Microsoft Azure and AWS are expensive.
Okay.
So then cheap. Sir, if you are beginner, then we should start from small capital. That's why, sir, we want, sir, cheapest cloud storage, sir.
I suggest you to do a comparison. There should be a comparison. For example, you want to use some particular service or anything. For example, one application server you want to use. Then I think there should be some comparison tools available in the Google. Okay, for the same thing, how much it costs in AWS and then GCP, then Azure. Based on that, it is not like everything is costly in Azure and AWS and everything is cheap in GCP. It is like one thing might be cheaper here and that might be costlier here. It all depends.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, dear students, we have reached the last part of the session, today's webinar, and it's a great honor to get an offer a vote of thanks on this occasion of this DevOps webinar in our college. On behalf of my colleagues, college, and the entire management, staff, students, I would like to thank Mr. Gurraj Athani for accepting the webinar resource person invitation. Is my best friend, my colleague, and Devops engineers, and he is presently working at Capgemini, Sweden. Once again, I would like to thank Mr. Gurraj for this wonderful webinar. I am very much hearty gratitude to Gurraj for sharing their graceful knowledge and words regarding career path and choosing the career path with just today's webinar. Mr. Gurraj, once again, I would like to thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
It has been a great tribute to host all the members, audience, and students of this webinar. I am very much thankful to all the participants for attending here. And last, I thank Mr. Ganesh Sir, Principal of KLE's SSMS PCA College Athani, all the staff members, and all the students. Thank you all. And the session is over. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.